We are Team Across, and we are consulting JOLLIBEE to help develop a strategy to expand 1,000 new fast food restaurants in a new region. Our team consists of 5 different professionals from very different backgrounds with experience in different sectors.
For the purpose of this project, we've selected the Porter's Diamond model as introduced by Michael Porter in 1990. Originally designed to assess the competitive advantage of nations, this is a very useful framework to assess the elements of an organization requires to achieve a competitive advantage through innovation to succeed in an international environment. We looked at each factor individually. So we're going to look at factor conditions, the demand and government conditions together, the related and supportive industries, and the strategy and structure required. And then we're going to give a conclusion.
Now we will see some of the strengths of the company and the global strategy which company should adopt in the future. So coming to strength, the organization has really good leadership. Over the years, it has led to its development. The company enjoys a very good brand image and goodwill in its market. The JOLLIBEE Foods offers product differentiation along with high quality. The firm is also really good at managing cost and keeping costs low over the years. JOLLIBEE Foods has good employee retention programs and continuous development programs as well. It have a strong value chain which it has developed over the years and have proper control over placement of its foods. Coming to strategic choices, in future years, the company should be more consumer centric. It should rely on digital marketing and online retailing. The company should also focus on technological innovation, which leads to business intelligence over the years. The company should align its development programs with environmental sustainability goals. And the company should turn itself more towards becoming a learning organization for continuous learning and growth. The company should really focus on achieving economies of scale for an efficient business operations.
The demand at government conditions. We looked at two locations, Australia and Japan. The criteria we use from our research, JOLLIBEE always took the drivers of the Filipino population and being the first to market. Nowadays, it's very difficult for being the first to market, so we consider the Filipino populations for a driver to expand JOLLIBEE location. We can see the market size from Australia and Japan are very different, but the Japan market is diminishing the number of outlets in the next years. The per capita expense for each consumer is very similar for both on each country. This is why we choose Australia. The compound annual growth rate for Australia is at 4% for the next 5 years, very similar to the global average growth. And there are some cultural aspects of the Australian consumer, that the dining out and some government actions like reducing the income tax on the Australians, and the presence of more women in the workplace, leading to more takeout food in the future.
Okay, so in the related and supportive industries, we focused mainly on policies JOLLIBEE should deploy to create organizational advantages. And based on the local partnerships, we pointed out 4 different aspects. The first one is the ownership of the franchises. And we think that JOLLIBEE should maybe consider smaller stakes for local investors in their partnerships, because in the past they had some bad experiences with their Singapore and Taiwan expansion. Then there's the franchise compliance. This could ensure chain-wide consistency and reliability. Then there's the term of agreement, which is basically the length of the association. This would ensure that the term is sufficient for the franchisee to feel that the franchise has value. And last, in the local partnerships, there is marketing. The primary objective is to gain market share in the country and raise brand awareness. Then also Jollibee should be providing franchisees with the capacity and the guidelines within which they will engage in local marketing. And then in global alliances, Jollibee should mainly focus on technology partnerships, service provider partnerships, and suppliers for raw materials.
So we're going to look at the strategy and structure. So we see Jollibee as a transnational company, that is, they're highly localized and highly integrated. And to achieve and support the growth required, we are recommending a matrix structure of organization.
In conclusion, after taking into account all of the aforementioned factors, we suggest Jollibee to expand to Australia as it has a fragmented growing market with opportunities for consolidation, and Australians spend more of their disposable income on takeaways. In addition, they have a large Filipino population. We find franchising to be the preferred method for expansions to Australia as it has the highest potential for achieving their expansion goal, while spreading the risks between Jollibee and the franchisees, and it enables Jollibee to focus on their core expertise. We suggest focusing on localization by sourcing supplies from local suppliers, adapting the menu to local tastes and cultures, emphasizing corporate sustainability, and diversifying their products. We believe that following the methods described previously make it possible for Jollibee to achieve their goals while remaining true to their values and roots by keeping the risk significantly lowered as compared to a solo venture.